Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you some really powerful stuff. It's all to do with day game, and it's going to show you the 3 biggest mistakes and what you should be doing instead based on my years of training guys out in the streets, coffee shops and in various other daytime locations. Helping me in the video is going to be Olya. I'm going to be demonstrating a few things together with her, and we're going to get started right away with the first very big thing, and that is the actual approach or the stop. So normally girls are walking in the street and guys stop them in the wrong way. So if Olya is walking and I wanted to stop her, I'm like, hey, excuse me, and I'm kind of behind her, I'm reaching for it, and she might give me a look, she might even slow down slightly, but in most cases she won't stop. And if I start training a guy on an afternoon and I get him to do some approaches without training, that is normally what will happen. 8 or 9 times out of 10, the girl will not stop. Sometimes if she's very bored or he, looks really cool for whatever reason, she might stop, but in most cases she won't. What he needs to do is something more like this. So if she's walking, he needs to get in front. Hey, excuse me, can I tell you something really quickly? And plant himself. So his feet should stay still, he shouldn't take any more steps backwards, he shouldn't even kind of lean, he needs to be very strong. And if she does take a couple more steps, it's okay, he just turns his head and then she'll stop and she'll face him. And the key thing is to stay rooted. When we get a guy to do that, then girls will stop 8 or 9 times out of 10, or even sometimes 10 times out of 10. So it's a dramatic difference. Just remember, get a little bit in front. Do not take any extra steps back, do not lean back at all, plant yourself strongly. You can use your hands in kind of a stopping gesture, and that will increase your chances of stopping. That's the very first thing. The second part where things tend to go wrong is that you're in the conversation and the girl suddenly, for whatever reason, remembers she needs to get somewhere, she needs to do something, or she just, has an objection at that moment and she wants to end the conversation. So you could say something like, I don't know, I'm busy, I need to go. And she starts walking and it's like, oh, okay, bye-bye, like that, and she's gone. So that's what guys will do if they haven't learned the next part of the puzzle. So what should you do? Olya, come back. What should you do in that situation? She says she needs to go or something, and this is the right way to do it. So I need to go.
I need to go.
Of course, before you do, let me just ask you something. Are you a student or are you working? So something like that. So you say just before you go, so you're saying, oh sure, of course, but before you go, and you just ask another question. When you watch Day Game Domination, you'll see the link to it somewhere close to this video. You'll see many examples of infield footage where the girl says she needs to go, and then in the clip we say, hang on a minute, before you go, and then she ends up staying for 20 minutes after that. So it works every time, and that is the second thing. Look for those objections and have that line ready. Oh yeah, of course, but before you go, and then any old question or statement will do. So that's the second big mistake that guys make. Final thing you need to remember when you're talking to girls in the daytime is there's a lot less margin for error in terms of boring moments. I'm going to take the sunglasses off for this because eye contact is also an important thing. If I'm talking to a girl in the daytime and there's some pause in the conversation and I'm like this, and I'm thinking about what to say, she will use that as an excuse to say she's got to go. If she was standing in a bar or even sitting somewhere in the daytime, like in a coffee shop, it's different. You need to do something quite big for her to make an escape. But if she's on the street and she's kind of going somewhere already, and you have these moments where you have an awkward silence, she's gonna go away. So if there is a pause, make sure you're holding eye contact and try and just keep the conversation flowing with everything that you can think of. Use statements, talk about, even the weather if you have to, and it's always better to say something even boring than say nothing at all, because if you've got those moments of silence, she'll be out of there. So hold good eye contact when there is a little pause, and try and have as few as possible by stacking the statements and by trying to encourage her to open up, by giving her good eye contact and kind of nodding along and encouraging her to give fuller answers. So those are the 3 main things for kind of holding girls in your orbit in the daytime. To recap, the approach, stay planted. The second thing, if she has an objection she needs to go, say of course, but before you do, and go into another question or statement. And the final thing, avoid gaps in the conversation and keep good eye contact. That's it, guys. If you want to see those things in action, along with a whole lot more that shows you how to build attraction and everything else, check out Day Game Domination. The link will be somewhere on this page. Go through and you'll be able to watch us break down live in-field videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and look out for another video soon.